Hi, this is Tracy, and welcome to my channel, Tracy Tranquility. Today we're going to be talking about red flags in dating relationships. We'll be going over at least 3 to 4 red flags, which are important, very important, especially for women, for us to identify, understand, and essentially review. Think about the importance of these different red flags. Think about how they might apply to our lives. So what are red flags in a relationship? Red flags are warning signs, things that indicate unhealthy or manipulative behavior. Okay, so some of these things are not easily identified, and that's what this video is about, so that way you can have something to refer back to. Because as we're going through life, we're not examining people as closely as we should, especially when we're trying to identify a potential mate. We want things to be perfect. We want things to be beautiful. We wear these glasses where we ignore some of these things. And this video is to help us not to do that. Because red flags can be dangerous. They can be things that can get bigger and bigger and grow more problematic as time continues. So red flags often in conversations can be toxic and become more and more toxic in your relationship. When you run into a red flag, it's time for you just to take a minute, step back, pause, reflect, think about what's going on with this person, what is you understand about this person, what you've come to learn about them. Think about if there are any patterns. Generally, if this is a pattern of behavior or if this is a one-time occurrence, this is something they can work on. This is something or somewhere you two can grow, or a way that you two can grow through this or past this particular red flags. So here are a couple of red flags that we'll be going through. Because before you can address or identify a red flag, you need to know what they are. So number one, controlling behavior. So someone who's not willing to compromise, they don't know the difference between a compromise and their set or core value systems. So controlling behaviors. This person may subtly say things like, I don't really like that red dress. And in your brain, you're like, take note, right? Because most of us are people pleasers. We want to please our partner or potential mate. We want to make them happy. So if he said, I don't like that red dress, in your brain you said he don't like red dresses. So what happens? You go to your wardrobe, you get that red dress you have in the closet, you don't wear it. You stop wearing it because your desire is to please him. As women, we're natural pleasers. We want to accommodate our mate. We want to make them happy. That what is the point of being in a relationship if you're not amicable and you don't love each other and you don't do things that you don't try to make changes to accommodate the other person. Okay, so this can also look like their belief system trying to force that on you. That could be controlling. They may have a belief system that women belong in the kitchen and at the home. And so they may say certain things to you without saying that specifically to you. So they may be like, I really like it. My wife is going to cook dinner every night, or my wife will be the kind of woman who does X, Y, and Z. And in your brain, you take that as, oh, that's cute, right? I cook dinner. Oh, I know how to cook, right? Wait till you get some of my lasagna, right? So you like, I'm all for that. Or they may say, my wife won't have to work, and you like, ooh, spoil me, okay? Another warning sign could be, or red flag, could be lack of trust. So this is an important foundation for any healthy relationship. A major sign that these things just won't work in the relationship is when your partner, your friends, or your colleagues don't trust you. So if you're in the relationship or you're vetting this person for a potential relationship or mate, and you start to find little things that just don't add up. They initially told you that they work for this company, and you find out, or that they've been employed for this many years in this particular field, then you find out it was actually, that it was a difference or a discrepancy. So just little things that start to come out that in the beginning they told you, and now you're finding out that this is not true, this is not accurate. And this can build a lack of trust. Okay. So Your another red flag would be this person has in your initiations, you start to feel like a breakdown in your subconsciousness. And you start to experience low self-esteem. So when you're around this person, you just don't feel uplifted. You don't feel supported. They're negative. They're critical, overly critical, right? Ooh, I don't like that red dress. Why you wear your hair like that? Um, oh, don't try to promote. Just stay where you at. You don't need to be trying to supervise people. Okay, so this is a red flag. They don't support you. They don't encourage you. Um, things like that. Any type of misuse of substances. So if this person cannot manage their life without the overaiding of certain substances, whether it be marijuana or alcohol, different things like that, or if they're into other narcotics that definitely can be detrimental, this is definitely going to be a red flag for you. This is an unhealthy person if they're dependent on any substance for their survival, for their maintenance. Okay. Anger issues. This is another red flag. If someone you're getting close to starts to exhibit extreme signs of anger during conflicts, this should tell you that they lack emotional intelligence. They lack the ability to manage their emotions, and this can prove to continue to snowball. So this is going to be something that's difficult. Managing your anger, managing your emotions is a skill that someone has to want to work on. They have to put it into practice, and they need to be consistent with it. It is not your job to try to manage someone's anger or their emotions. They need to be in control of that in order to be a healthy person. They need to be managing them in order to be a healthy person or mate. Inability to resolve conflict or taking accountability. This is one of the biggest red flags. If you cannot grow with someone who does not identify that they need help or they have something that they need to improve upon or work on. So if you find that you're in a situation where you're always the one who's saying, oh, you know what, I'll work on that. You guys got in a conflict, something happened, and they're just like, yeah, you do X, Y, and Z. And you're thinking in your brain, well, you do X, Y, and Z. And you're saying, well, I'll work on this. And so you offer that up. You're like, you know what? I know this happened, and this is how I can improve. This is what I'll do to change that behavior. And they're like, good. They don't say nothing about what they're going to do to change, how they contributed to the situation, what they need to fix, or what they need to work on. Okay? Constant jealousy. So, it's normal, it's natural for us to feel some form of jealousy, to be triggered by certain things. However, if it's out of control, it's unchecked, and they try to sever any connections that you have with other people. This can play in how you take care of your children. They can be jealous that you love and care for and nurture your children. They can be jealous of your relationship between you and your parents, or the relationship you have with your mom. They can want to vie for that attention. That is a form of jealousy. And when it's unhealthy, when they try to prevent you or isolate you from the people that care about you and the people that you love, that's when it becomes unhealthy. Here are some ways for you to approach red flags in a relationship. How do I handle a red flag? Number one, honesty. Being open and honest about what you're experiencing, how you're feeling, how this other person has made you feel. Identify those red flags, put a name on it. What is it that they're doing? Are they being jealous? And you're concerned about that. Do they show you that they can manage this behavior? Are they willing to work on it? Okay, so be open and honest, have a discussion about it. Self-care. Self-care, taking care of yourself, that's definitely should be a priority in a relationship. You never want to lose yourself in a relationship. As women, we do this easily. Because we are givers, our cup gets empty rather quickly. You want to be mindful of that you are doing things to replenish that cup. Don't ever let somebody change you. If you're a giver, you're a giver. But don't bend over backwards, right? When you bend over backwards, who's there to help you back up? So acknowledge your own needs. Be self-evaluating. Think about what you need, what you want, what you desire, and if this person can give it to you or not. On the flip side of that, there is a part of you that needs to be self-sufficient. right? Not dependent on someone else to meet those needs. Okay? So think about what that is, whether it's you making sure that your spiritual foundation and you're connected with that. We are all spiritual beings. That should be number one. You need to find your spiritual source. Mine is Yahweh, and you need to make sure you are connected with that. Okay? The other, for managing red flags, I kind of touched on this already. This is communication. You need to communicate what it is that you're seeing. If you want to have any type of healthy relationship, you need to be able to express yourself. You need to be able to express yourself freely. They need to be able to hear your expressions. They need to be able to acknowledge them. If you're not getting that, that goes back to our red flags. Okay? One thing to remember is to know when to leave. Not every relationship that we enter into, not every person that we engage with or run into in this life is meant for us or to be a part of our life permanently. They don't need to be a permanent fixture. And so you really need to be vetting this person for their time frame. Is this a temporary person? Is this a seasonal person? Is this a lesson? Okay, those things are important. Some people are meant to be a lesson. Some people can be a blessing, and you need to find out which of the two they're going to be. Okay? Never feel stuck. Never feel like you need to stay. Never feel like this is your only option. There are billions of people in this world, and you can take your time to experience a healthy person. Be blessed. So being able to communicate openly. All right, and if you ever have trouble identifying red flags and knowing where to go from there, you can click my link, my mentor page, or you can check out my other videos. Please like and subscribe to my channel for further elevation. Be blessed.